What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Ford F-150 Lariat. Huge thank you to Matt Newman over at Koons Sterling Ford here in Sterling, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular F-150 or any Ford product, then I'll be sure to have Matt's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It's another beautiful day here in VA, so just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Ford F-150 Lariat, and this particular one's been painted in my personal favorite antimatter blue metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2024, Ford updated the F-150's exterior styling, engine options, and trim lineup, as well as made more features standard. But this particular one, being the Lariat, as standard, you get LED projector headlights with dynamic bending and automatic high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED fog lights. Now, you may be able to tell that this particular F-150's front end is pretty snazzy, and that is because it has been optioned with the $1,000 black appearance package, which gives you the satin black mesh style grille with the gloss black grille surround, as well as the Ford logo that is located at the center of the grille. Now, that package also includes the body color front bumper. Now, just beneath your Ford logo, you may notice that you get a forward-facing camera, and that is because the Lariat comes standard with a 360-degree view camera system. Now, speaking of safety features, you also get 4 forward-facing sensors as standard as well. Now, coming to our front bumper, as mentioned, with the black appearance package, you get the body color front and rear bumper. You also get the gloss black valance that is located at the center of your bumper, and then you also get the 2 black tow hooks with the black appearance package, whereas if you didn't option the black appearance package, the tow hooks would be chrome. Now, this particular one has also been optioned with the $1,095 FX4 off-road package, which gives you skid plates that protect your fuel tank, your transfer case, and your front differential. Now, I'm going to take a step back, give you a front 3/4 shot of this thing, and to summarize the refresh of the 2024 F-150, I think it looks sleeker, sharper, and more modern than before. But anyways, coming on down the side, as mentioned, with the FX4 off-road package, you also get the off-road tuned front shocks. And as mentioned, you're going to hear me say this probably 24 times throughout today's video. With the black appearance package, you get these 20-inch gloss black wheels that are wrapped in 2 75/60 Hankook Dynapro AT2 tires. I'm going to give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here real quick. And then these are the only wheels you can get with the black appearance package, but there are 3 other wheel options. I think one you can get as a standalone option, and the other 2, one comes standard and the other one comes with another package. Just figured I'd point that out. Now, again, with the black appearance package, you also get the gloss black exterior trim, like the gloss black fender vents here. These fender vents, by the way, are functional. Now, as standard with the Lariat, you get rain sensing wipers, and then this particular one, again, being optioned with the black appearance package, you get the body color mirror caps. And as standard, you get the integrated turn signals and the spotlights. These side view mirrors are also heated, power folding. You will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left-hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right-hand side of your passenger side mirror. Now, the driver's side mirror is also auto-dimming. You also get memory functions, so you get 3 memory seat adjustment settings. So if you have 3 different people driving this vehicle, it will memorize 3 different seating positions. And again, that also includes your side view mirrors, the steering wheel, and your foot pedals. Definitely very nice. A couple other things is that you have the cameras on the bottom of both of your side view mirrors, and those cameras work with your 360-degree view camera system that you get as standard. And last but not least, you also get a puddle light at the bottom of both of your side view mirrors as well. Now, I'm going to take a step back, give you a side profile shot of this thing. Again, this is like my ultimate spec. So on the 2023 F-150, you weren't able to get the antimatter blue color with the black appearance package, but now for the 2024 F-150, you can get the antimatter blue with the black appearance package, which is my perfect spec F-150. Now, the only thing that this particular one's missing from my dream F-150 would be the panoramic roof. really doesn't matter. But anyways, just pointing that out. You guys don't care what kind of F-150 I want. But anyways, this is basically my dream truck. Anyways, you get the satin black window trim. The black appearance package gives you the body color door handles. Just keep in mind, however, the keyless access function is only on the front 2 door handles. The rear 2 door handles do not get the keyless access function. Now, also found only on the driver door is your keypad, so you can actually lock your keys in the vehicle. Remember your key code, type in your key code, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock it if you press the 7, 8, and the 9-0 buttons simultaneously. Now, coming to the bottom of all of your passenger doors, again, with the black appearance package, you also get the black running boards. Now, coming on down the driver's side, you have your fuel door. Opening up the fuel door will reveal your capless filler neck, and 87 octane will do you just fine here with the 5.0, which is, by the way, the standard engine now. Up top there, you have your third brake light. You also have your 2 LED cargo lights, and as standard, you get the power sliding rear window with the rear window defroster. Now, this one being spec'd with the 5.0, you get the 36-gallon extended fuel tank, which is located down here. Love having that extended fuel tank. Makes long rides an easy peasy thing because you only have to stop a couple times rather than a few. Now, again, this one being optioned with the FX4 package, you get the monotube rear shocks. And this one being optioned with the FX4 package in collaboration with the black appearance package, you get the gray FX4 body or bedside decals. And then coming around back, this one being the Lariat, you get LED taillights as standard. Now, I'm going to take a step to the right, give you a little booty shot of this thing. I think it looks fantastic here at the rear. Now, with the black appearance package, you get the black Ford logo with the white Ford script. You also get the F-150 badging in satin black. Now, as standard, you get a backup camera. You also get a hitch light here. And if you put your hand underneath here and you press on that pad, that will open up your tailgate. You do get the dampened tailgate, which is definitely very nice. No bed liner, though, as standard. I'll put the package on screen in order to get to the bed liner. I would like to see bed liner standard on the Lariat. But anyways, I digress. Now, on the left-hand side of the bed, you have your 120-volt household power outlet. But on the right-hand side of the bed, you get the bed storage box. You get a 20-pound capacity. You could set, you know, gloves or something like that, maybe a water bottle or 2 down in there. But yeah, this one is the short bed, and if you wanted the black appearance package, you can only get the black appearance package with the short bed. Easy close tailgate, very, very light. And then finishing things off here at the rear end, the black appearance package gives you the body color rear bumper with the dual exhaust. I love the cutouts for the dual exhaust system. That makes the black appearance package worth it. By the way, this thing sounds phenomenal here at idle. Take a listen. I also included a couple revs in there as well. This thing sounds fantastic for a factory exhaust system, way louder in my opinion than the Ram and the GMC/Chevy counterparts. I think the Ford 5.0 wins amongst the only other V8 now, or the only other 2 V8s are the 5.3 and the 6.2 in the Sierra and the Silverados. Ram killed their V8, which I think was a massive mistake, and their sales are proving that it was a massive mistake. Anyways, as standard back here, you also get 4 sensors. You get the trailer hitch back here as standard. That includes a 7 and a 4-pin connector. I believe this is a class 4 hitch, and this one being optioned with the $785 tow haul package. You get the 373 rear axle ratio, as well as the onboard scales with the smart hitch. A couple other things I wanted to mention. The max tow capacity of this particular one is 1,731 pounds, and the max tow capacity as spec is 10,000 pounds. So this one being a half-ton truck, it is super, super capable. My uncle's got a 2016 F-150 with the 2.7 EcoBoost, and that thing is an absolute beast. I pulled a 5,000-pound boat with it. I pulled my Camaro SS on a U-Haul trailer with it, and it pulls no problem. And if you guys have driven a 5.0 and you're like, oh, the 5.0, not as good as the 3.5, you've never driven a 5.0 F-150 unless it's got the 373 rear axle ratio. Makes a massive difference, and this thing feels just as fast, if not faster, than the 3.5 EcoBoost. So I guess we might as well now talk about performance. Popping open that hood reveals the standard 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 that produces 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 5.3 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 16 miles per gallon in the city, 24 miles per gallon on the highway for 19 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive. The only other engine option is the 3.5-liter EcoBoost here on the Lariat. And by the way, the 3.5 and the 5.0 get the exact same fuel economy. And as I mentioned when we were at the rear end of this thing, you have not driven a 5.0 F-150 unless you've driven one spec'd with the 373 rear axle ratio. It makes a huge difference. This thing's got plenty of power. It sounds fantastic. The 5.0 is the way to go. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything thus far, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier, you get keyless access as standard, so all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and it will unlock. You can also lock it by either pressing the satin black button here on the door handle or by pressing the 7, 8, and 9.0 buttons simultaneously here on your keypad. Now, taking a look at the key fob, it's Ford's classic key fob, satin black with the satin chrome buttons. And starting at the top, you have your unlock button, your lock button, your remote start function, your tailgate drop function, and your panic function. If you wanted to remote start this, all you have to do is lock it first, press this button twice, and the 5.0 will roar to life. Now let's see what the interior of this has to offer. So with the black appearance package, you can only spec it with the black leather upholstery, but we'll get more into that here in a second. I want to start on our door panel. So first thing first, you get some gray trim here. You get your 3 memory seat adjustment settings, your unlock and your lock functions. That button right there is going to power fold in or out your side view mirrors. That is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. Here are your power side view mirror controls. You get automatic up and down windows in the front. You do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. Then you get a nicely padded leather wrapped armrest with some stitching. You also get a spot you can set a phone. This thing comes standard with the 8-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. It does include a subwoofer. Then you get tons and tons of storage space at the bottom of the door panel. Now, taking a look again at these front seats, as standard, you get 10-way power adjustable front seats with 2-way power lumbar, and as standard, the front seats are heated and ventilated. But stepping on into the interior, let's see what this thing has to offer in here. But I guess first things first, you get this awesome American flag here on the side of your HVAC vent. But take a listen to what it sounds like when you close the door. Now I'm gonna fire this thing up, and now I have full access to the entire gauge cluster, or I guess entire dash. But now what I'm gonna do is walk you throughout the entire interior, starting over here. So first things first, you can see the driver gets a no poop handle. You get your Bang & Olufsen tweeter up top there. You get an HVAC vent. Beneath the HVAC vent, this thing comes standard with zone lighting. So if I click that, that is going to turn the driver's side spotlight on. That is going to turn the passenger side spotlight on. And then pressing that button twice is going to drop the tailgate. This is to turn the LED cargo lights on or off. And then to the right of that, you have your headlight control knob. So all the way up is headlights off. That is parking lights on, headlights automatic, headlights always on. And then that is to turn the fog lights on or off. I like to leave it in automatic personally. Now to the right of that, you have these 2 buttons here. This is to brighten the gauge cluster as well as the backlit buttons. This is to dim the gauge cluster as well as the backlit buttons. Then you get an electronic parking brake, and to the right of that, you have that rocker switch. If you press the top button, that is going to push the foot pedals away from you. If you press that bottom button, that is going to bring the foot pedals towards you. And again, those power foot pedals are also included with the memory seat adjustment settings. Now, on the side of the steering column, you get a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel with the Lariat, so you can push the steering wheel towards you, you can push the steering wheel away from you, and it also moves down and up. And by the way, the power tilting and telescoping steering wheel is included with those memory seat adjustment settings. You see it went back into my memory position. But now, let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like here on the F-150. Not only is this your turn signal control stock, it is also your high beam control stock and your windshield wiper control stock. As mentioned, you get rain sensing wipers as standard, and if you wanted to wash the windshield, you'd press that button there and that will wash the windshield. Now, zoom in back out, you can see you get a leather wrapped steering wheel, and it is heated as standard. You come over to here, you press that button, and that is to turn the heated steering wheel on or off. You get one level of adjustability with the heated steering wheel. And just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center, so let's take a listen to it. That is what the horn sounds like here on the F-150, and this one being optioned with the black appearance package. You also get the black Ford logo here on your horn. Now, going over the functions on the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, you can see up top here, this thing comes standard with adaptive cruise control. And from my interpretation, it also comes standard with Blue Cruise. However, I think you have to pay a certain amount of money, I'll put on screen right now, in order to have Blue Cruise for 3 years. So it is a paid subscription for the Blue Cruise hands-free driving system, but you will always have the adaptive cruise control system, which, you know, is totally fine for me anyway. And then that is to turn the lane keeping system on or off. Now beneath that, you have your volume controls. That button right there is to speak to the vehicle. If you press and hold on it, it will also pop up your Siri function. You can see Siri popped up. But basically, when you want to speak to the vehicle, you can tell it to turn the AC system to 62 degrees or something like that, and it will do that. And then fan speed 3, something like that. You can do that with that push button there. Now, on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, you can see these controls right up top here. Those controls are for your 12-inch digital gauge cluster, which I will get into here in a second. But beneath that, that is to pick up and or hang up on a phone call, and then these two buttons are to go forwards and or backwards on a track, as well as switch you between your different preset radio stations. Now, moving into the dash, this is a 12-inch digital gauge cluster. It works very, very well. It's very easy to use. Now, on the left-hand side of the gauge cluster, you have your tachometer. Then up top there, that is your coolant temperature gauge. That is your oil pressure, I believe. And then that is, I believe, your oil temperature. And then that is your fuel range, as well as your fuel gauge. Now, I think I went over digital speedometer readout over there. That is the speed limit sign. So this does have traffic sign recognition. Down here, you have your transmission status stuff. Then that is the compass, lane keeping system, auto stop start system on or off, and then down there is your odometer. Now at the center, this is what you can change. So again, these controls are for the digital gauge cluster. So if I click on that menu button, you can go into the main menu and we can go to my view first. So you can see, you get your driver assistance stuff, you have nothing, which is your calm view. Then you get your trip one information, your fuel economy stuff, your tire pressure stuff. And then if you click this, you can basically add or subtract from the screens that you get in your my view. So you can set up my view as you want, or you can go into your trip/fuel information, like trip 1, trip 2, or fuel economy. You can go in between your different gauges. So if you go into here, you can see your coolant temp, transmission temp, oil temp, and your battery voltage stuff. And if you go back one more, you get your off-road screen. So you can see your compass, you get your off-road status, and then you also have the pitch and roll. Back one more, if we go down, you get your towing information, your status/information, kind of like notification stuff. Then you get your nav stuff, phone stuff, audio stuff, vehicle maintenance stuff, which I can show you. You get your tire pressure and your oil life. And all the way down, you have your settings. So you can go into the configure the gauge. You can turn the speedometer to kilometers an hour, and then you can also go into your neutral tow. Neutral tow is if you're flat towing this behind your motor coach or something like that. Personally, for me, I would probably leave it on like my fuel economy stuff. So yeah, anyways, that is kind of about it for what we got going on up there. Now moving to here, again, you get your Bang & Olufsen speaker, you get some storage space up top here, you can set a tape measure or a phone, something like that. And then beneath that, you have these physical buttons here. So this is to turn the auto stop start system on or off. This is going to pop up your 360-degree view camera system. Then to the right of that, you have your parking system. So if you go into the parking system, basically you can turn the parking sensors on or off. Then you got your hazard button, you have your traction control on or off button, and then as a part of the FX4 off-road package, you have your hill descent control button. Now, beneath that, as standard with the Lariat, you get a 12-inch Sync 4 infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. Now, all 2024 F-150s come standard with the digital gauge cluster and the 12-inch screen. The Sync 4 screen, in my personal opinion, works very, very well. You can see at the bottom of the screen itself, you have all of your different shortcuts. So you can shortcut you into your audio stuff, your CarPlay stuff. Then you have your navigation stuff, your favorite stuff, apps, settings, features. So I guess I can show you Apple CarPlay. So this is what Apple CarPlay looks like. If you want the full screen Apple CarPlay, you can click right there, and that is now full screen Apple CarPlay. You can still see the temperature for the HVAC system there and there. You get the time, you get the ambient exterior temperature. You can pop up your phone list, stuff like that. Then you get your navigation stuff, you get your favorite stuff. Then you got your phone list, recent calls, messages, stuff like that. Then you get your different apps here. You get your settings, so you can go into your vehicle settings. Very easy to use screen, basically shows you all of the different things you can walk throughout here. You get your ambient lighting. So if you go into the ambient lighting, you can just basically just adjust the brightness of the ambient lighting system. And then you get your different features. As mentioned, here are your different driver assistance features. You can read through all of that stuff here right now. Tons of driver assistance features here as standard with the Lariat. Love that. And then you get your zone lighting system. Zone lighting works awesome. So if you go into that and you turn all zones on, basically now the headlights are going to be on, all the front lights are going to be on, fog lights, daytime running lights, all that kind of stuff. You can see all that lighting system is on up here. Now it also includes your spotlights, your puddle lights, and when you come around back, it's going to include your LED box lights. It's going to include your reverse lights, your hitch light, and you have your license plate lights there. Take a listen to that 5.0 at idle. Sounds absolutely fantastic, and I think this is much better sounding than previous year 5.0s. And I love the dual exhaust system that you get with the black appearance package. And then back to here, you can turn all those zones back off, click back, and you can see all of the different things. And then you also get a split screen view here. So if you come down one, you get your navigation stuff, your phone stuff, your trip one stuff, fuel economy stuff, eco behavior. Then you have, what else? Your off-road stuff, pitch and roll. And then if you go all the way down, it's a little bit laggy right now. I don't know. Anyways, you get the idea. Then you get your Apple CarPlay stuff at the bottom. That's kind of about it for that screen. Very easy to use screen. Love the screen here. Then you got your Pro Trailer Backup Assist. I believe the Pro Trailer Backup Assist comes standard with this thing. However, with the tow haul package, you get the integrated trailer brake controller, which is located right here. Now beneath that, the Lariat gives you 4-wheel drive automatic, whereas if you got a 4x4 XLT, you would have 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, but you would not get 4-wheel drive automatic. This one has been spec'd with the 373 electronic locking rear axle, so if you press on that, that is how you lock the rear axle. I like how you can manually lock the axle here with the F-150s, whereas on like the Silverados, Sierras, and the Rams, it basically does it by itself. So I like having the access to unlock and lock my differential. Definitely like that. And then this is your drive mode selector, so when you twist it, you go in between your different drive modes. You have, 7 different drive modes. You get your sport mode, eco mode, tow mode, normal mode, then slippery mode, you get your off-road mode, and then your rock crawl mode. Personally, for me, I'm going to leave it in automatic for the time being. And then going throughout the different physical controls, you have your volume control knob, tuning control knob. This is going to bring you into your different tone settings, so you can go to adjust the basically treble, mid-range, bass, balance and fader, stuff like that. That's going to bring you between your different audio sources. That's going to turn the screen to a clock. You click that one more time, the screen turns off. Touch anywhere on the screen and it will pop back up. That'll go backwards on a track, forwards on a track, play or pause on a track. This comes standard with dual zone climate control. So you have your temperature control, and then again, heated and ventilated front seats as standard. You get 3 levels of adjustability with both the heated and the ventilated front seats. You can see when I'm accidentally clicking the heated seat button, it knows that it's hot outside and that it should turn the ventilated seats on, not the heated seats. So I think that is also pretty cool. And then down here, you get a little bit of storage space. If you open this thing up, you get a USB-A port, a USB-C port, a little bit of storage space for my phone or stuff like that. Now, this particular one has not been optioned with this. Basically, it's the mobile office package. It's going to give you the interior work surface. So I don't quite know why this thing still has to fold down, even though we don't have the interior work surface, but it is what it is. Now, if you did want to control the transmission, you go into drive, you click that M right there. The M is going to illuminate, and now you can control the transmission here with these buttons on the side of the gear shifter. Then you get a great spot. You could set a phone here. You get 2 cup holders. You get a little bit of storage space down in here. Actually, iPhone 14 Pro Max size reference. You can see much bigger than what you get on the Rams and the Chevys and the Sierras. And then you get the same thing, I believe, on that side as well. You get a nicely padded armrest. This is a lockable console, so if you wanted to set your pew down in here, you could do that. Opening this thing up, you get a divider here. You can set your business cards there. You get your different coin holders. You can set a phone in the actual thing itself. And then down in here, you get 2 USB-C ports, tons of storage space. I would say this is probably maybe a foot deep, followed by 20 inches this way. And the F-150 has much more storage space in the center console as compared to the Rams and the Chevy/GM products. You also get 2 cup holders, a spot you could set a phone. And then coming over to here, you click on this button, you get an upper glove box. Now, beneath that button, you open this thing up, you get a 12-volt power outlet, and then beneath that, you get a 120-volt household power outlet. You get a lockable lower glove box, decent amount of storage space in that glove box. I'd actually say that is a rather large glove box, considering you also get an upper glove box. And then this is what the front passenger seat looks like. Up top here, you get an auto-dimming rearview mirror. Then this is your instant dome light on button. It's going to turn on all the interior dome lights. Both of your reading lights are individually selected. And then you can see right there, see how that is illuminated in amber. So when I open up the doors, the interior lights are not going to turn on when that is amber. However, when it goes back to the blue color, when I open up the doors, the interior lights will turn on. Then this lets you know if the passenger airbag is on or off. And these blue lights are nice, subtle lights for at night. Basically, lets you see what you got going on down here. And then again, power sliding rear window as standard. You push up to open it, pull down to close it, and then you get a spot you could set your sunglasses up top here. This one has not been optioned with the panoramic roof. I'll put the price of the panoramic roof on screen right now if you did want that as an option. Poop handle over there for the passenger. Universal garage door opener. You can open up 3 different garage bays. And then opening up the visor, you get a vanity mirror, 2 vanity lights, and then the visor itself slides forwards and backwards for when the sun is in those awkward positions. And the visor on that side does the exact same thing. That's kind of about it for what we got going on up here at the front end. Now, I always say this in every video that I do with an F-150. The F-150 has the most comfortable seats of any of the other half tons, in my personal opinions. The GM products, the Ram products, Toyota, Ford's got the most comfortable seats, in my personal opinion. Let me know your opinion on that in the comments down below. Who's got the most comfortable half-ton truck seats? Let me know below. But now I am going to tell you a couple different things. So as standard, you get adaptive cruise control, the 360-degree view camera system. Now, this one has just basically the regular Lariat. It's the 501A. If you wanted a fully loaded Lariat, you might want to take a look at the $5,055 Lariat High, which is the 502A. Basically, it's going to give you the head-up display, the 14-speaker Bang & Olufsen Unleashed. It's also going to give you the mobile office package, which includes a wireless charging pad and the heated second row seats. Not quite sure if that package is totally worth it for $5,000, but it might be to you. Now, the mobile office package you can get as a standalone option. I think that is a very worthwhile option. It's $555. It gives you the interior work surface, which is phenomenal. I love that feature. And then the only things that this is missing, in my personal opinion, is the panoramic roof and the mobile office package. If it had those 2 options, it would be my dream spec F-150. I love the color, love the black appearance package. Just an awesome truck. Now I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at whatever you want to take a look at. The options that this one has, everything that you get as standard. I am just going to highlight the MSRP. So the way that this particular 2024 F-150 Lariat is spec'd is $70,180. This is selling about $7,000 below MSRP. If I had $63,000, I'd probably pick this truck up today. I love it spec'd with the 5.0. Just an awesome, awesome truck. And if you can't tell, the F-150 is my favorite half-ton truck. Now, I want to show you what we got going on here in the rear. So as mentioned, you don't get automatic up or down windows back here. However, the windows do go all the way down. You get a nicely padded armrest, a spot you could set a water bottle or something, phone storage, speaker, and tons of storage space at the bottom of the door panel. Now this is what the second row seats look like. So if you pull up on this, that is going to give you access under the second row seats. And let's say you have a dog, you like to ride with your dog is going to have a very comfortable space back here to lay down. Now, one thing that the Lariat does give you is the center fold down armrest. I'll get into that here in a second, but first things first, you get a spot you can set your dry cleaning, you get your dome lights, you get a no poop handle, seat back pocket behind both the driver and the front passenger seat, 2 cup holders, a spot you could set a phone, 2 HVAC vents, a 12-volt power outlet, 2 USB-C ports down here, followed by a 120-volt household power outlet. Now, this being a Super Crew F-150, as you know, tons and tons of knee and leg room. Here's another view of that headroom. Tons of headroom left over. When it comes to storage space, passenger space, the F-150 is 100% the way to go. Anyways, you also get a center fold down armrest here with 2 cup holders. And that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in the F-150. So I love the F-150. You know, as a car reviewer doing videos with every type of car, the F-150 is probably the truck that I would get. Now, I got to save up a little bit more money. I'd like to have some more money in the bank before I got a truck like this. But this is definitely on my radar. Definitely want an F-150 Lariat. Antimatter blue, black appearance package with the 5.0, ultimate truck. Only thing it's missing for me is the panoramic roof. But, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now onto the driving portion of the video, where I always start my videos here. We go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour, and then I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Nothing will ever be a 10 because perfection does not exist in this world. And man, does that 373 make this thing come alive. I mean, it's got so much down low. I mean, I've driven quite a few. All right, that's 5 miles an hour. Sorry, back to that. I'm gonna give this thing an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. It did very well over those speed bumps, and that is what's so nice about the F-150, is that it has such a compliant, comfortable suspension. Now, while it doesn't handle the greatest, it's a truck, right? So that doesn't really matter, but it is one of the most comfortable vehicles, really, because the suspension is super comfortable and the seats are super comfortable. So it's just a very comfortable ride. I mean, it really truly is. And then back to what I was saying, the 5.0 with the 373 is definitely the way to go. I mean, the 373 just really wakes up the 5.0. It really does. You know, I have a 2010 Camaro SS, and I had originally a 345 rear axle ratio. It was a 345 or 342, can't remember. But I can tell you, I blew that differential, and I'm happy that I did, because I replaced it with a 373, and the 373 really woke that car up, and I blew that differential since, just because I like to, you know, drive it hard, you know what I mean? And now I'm gonna put a 391, which is really gonna wake it up, and I think is going to be the sweet spot. But like I'm saying, man, if you just dial in your axle ratio, yeah, the 373 probably not gonna get the greatest fuel economy on the highway as compared to, let's say, a 340 or whatever they can option with 355. But I can tell you, with a 10-speed automatic in the 373, you're gonna get the same fuel economy. It's not gonna be that much worse. You know, 10 speeds, you know, you get what I'm saying. It's gonna have that RPM low when you're cruising down the highway. And for just that around town zippiness of the 373 with the 5.0, it is the way to go. Now, I am kind of disappointed that you can't get the 2.7 liter EcoBoost now on the Lariat, and you only have the option of the 3.5, because this 2.7 is a fantastic engine, and I would have liked to seen it be an option on the Lariat, but it is not. Again, you can only get the 3.5 EcoBoost in the 5.0 V8 with the Lariat, and I would 100% get the 5.0. Take a listen to this. One little secret, guys, if you like listening to the exhaust note, and maybe you're new to trucks or something like that, the secret is you crack open your back window and you get that beautiful exhaust note. Now, a few years ago, one of my bosses, my ex-boss, gave me a Ram TRX to drive around for 8 months, and that was what I learned, to open up that back window and you get all that exhaust note. Now, I'm gonna do a nice acceleration so you guys can kind of hear the exhaust note here, so just take a listen. The 5.0 is beautiful. I love the 5.0. It sounds phenomenal. It is such a fantastic sounding V8, and it winds up so high. This thing revs up to 7,000 RPM, guys. This is a truck. This is not a Mustang. This is a truck, and it revs up to 7,000 RPM. It sounds phenomenal. You know, if I had just a whole bunch of money, I'd buy this truck. I'd spec it with a panoramic roof. I'd buy this truck, and I would slap a Whipple supercharger on it, and I would never have to buy another truck again. I mean, that would just be the ultimate truck. It can haul rear end when you want to get on it. I'm talking about haul as in towing and hauling, but then, you know, when you step down on the throttle with a Whipple, the Whipple matches perfectly to the 5-liter V8. And now just take a listen to what this thing sounds like cruising at about 53 miles an hour, 54. Very well insulated from the outside world. Very, very well insulated from the outside world. Now, one thing that I do like is that if you press the upshift button here, it's going to pop up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically, it's going to tell you which gear you are in, which is really cool. You know, I like that, and I like to always just see which gear I'm in. So, let's see now. It's going to downshift, downshift, downshift. And I'm going to see, I think it's going to shift between first to third gear. It's going to skip second. I think that's the way that it's going to go here in normal mode. So we just get better fuel economy. But as you can see right down there, it's going to let us know. But maybe you guys don't have the best vantage point of it, but I can see it. So I'm assuming that you guys can see that down there as well. But again, I think it's going to skip between first and third gear. But otherwise, this thing's super comfortable. I do wish the Bang & Olufsen sound system just had that. I'll tell you that in a second. Watch. Oh, it didn't. Okay. God, the 5.0 sounds so good. All right, I thought I was getting pulled over there. I was like, I'm not even speeding, but the cop just blew by me. So happy about that. But what I was saying was, the 5.0 sounds phenomenal. I mean, it just sounds absolutely fantastic. And I love just hearing it wind out through the different gears. It's just it's a great engine. I love the new 5.0s, and I know 18 to 20 F-150s, they did have their fuel consumption issues, but that has now been resolved, and I don't believe they no longer have those fuel consumption issues. So the 5.0 is the way to go. I think it's just, for longevity, it's the way to go because there's just less complexity. There's no turbos, nothing like that. It's just the V8 engine. Now take a listen. I'm going to give you a full throttle acceleration to 60. Here you go. Wow, fantastic. Now, is it super fast? I wouldn't say that it's super fast, but I will say that it sounds phenomenal. It's very quick for a truck, and it's just a very nice powertrain. Now, I just want to finish things off by saying interior, super comfortable, very easy to use Sync 4 system. The sound system, back to that, I do wish that the limit or the ceiling of the sound system was a little bit higher. I do wish the volume, I could turn it up another few notches because it's just not quite loud enough for me. But when you dial in the sound settings and stuff, it is a pretty good sound system. But I will say, I think Chevy or GM and Ram both have just a better sound system overall. But either way, that's not going to stop me from buying the F-150. The F-150 is my favorite truck. It's just the most comfortable and, in my opinion, the best looking. You can let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Those three things look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. So I'd appreciate it if you do those three things. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!